Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Voxel51 has just secured $30 million, and they're doing this to essentially help generative AI understand visual inputs more accurately. Now, this is an area that I think is incredibly important. We have both OpenAI and Google who have unveiled in the same week massive new updates to their AI models that specifically focus on this visual element, right? So on ChatGPT 4.0 now, you're able to, well, it'll be rolled out very shortly, but you're able to point your camera at stuff and do voice calls. So you're like, hey, like what kind of plant is this? And it can tell you, and then you move it to like another plant. And you're like, what about this plant? And it can like tell you. This is really important, but also a very tricky problem to solve to really understand what it's looking at, especially when it's in video. And Google has recently rolled out a very similar feature in Google at their Google I/O conference. I'm not sure when that's going to get launched. Some people are like, hey, it's cool, Google rolled it out, but it's not going to be there for like 6 months. So we'll see when this actually gets rolled out. But in the meantime, this technology is really important because, of course, OpenAI and Google are probably using their own in-house stuff. But for the thousands of other companies that want to start rolling out some of these tools, they need, their own platform or tools to be able to do this. And so Voxel51 is an awesome option for them. So this $30 million that they've just raised, they're going to be using this to improve their visual AI platform, essentially trying to decrease the failure rates of AI projects by helping with data interpretation, right? So the data that comes into this vision model, interpreting what exactly is it's seeing and what's going on. So it's interesting, though, in this whole investment round, it was led by Bessemer Venture Partners, of course, big venture capital firm. They also had True Arrow Partners and Drive Capital, Top Harvest Capital, Shasta Ventures, and ID Ventures. So a lot of solid players in this. I mean, they did raise $30 million. So, sizable round, really impressive and exciting stuff. How they're actually going to be using the money that they've raised, they said it's going to be used to expand data modulities, enhancing data set scales, deepening technology integrations, and boosting essentially like their sales, marketing, support team, all that kind of stuff. I think they're also going to do a bunch of investments into their AI research and also open source contributions, which is really kind of exciting. I think anytime a company raises a bunch of money and earmarks like a chunk of it for open source contributions, I'm really excited. I'm like, that's super cool that it's like essentially they're kind of sharing the wealth a little bit. And I think they know when they fund some of those open source projects and platforms, if it's stuff that they're using, not only does it help everyone else, but it attracts more people to the project, which is going to help them as well. Then they don't have to like completely fund everything. So I think overall, that's really cool. I'm a huge fan of like tech companies supporting open source projects. I hope to be able to do that a lot more with AI Box, my own no-code AI app builder marketplace that I'm developing. We use a bunch of open source projects, and it'd be exciting to be able to like contribute to them in a more meaningful way and financially support them in the future. So it's kind of a cool thing. I always appreciate when they're doing. So the CEO, talking about everything that they have going on, recently said, quote, "No one would build and tune a race car on a grass field and expect to win a Formula One race, yet organizations building visual AI are all too often forced to build and fine-tune models with mislabeled, inadequate, and often underrepresented data, and then they hope for success in production. We're helping our customers and community build better AI applications by bringing their models and data together in one place." I think this is really exciting. When it comes to who's actually using this, I think they have LG Electronics, they have Berkshire Grey, and a bunch of other people that are kind of using this. I think they said that like LG specifically and Berkshire Grey it's enhancing their team productivity by up to 15% and model accuracy by up to 30% when they're actually using Voxel51. So that's a great metric right there. As far as the overall industry goes, I think that this technology is serving in a bunch of different sectors, including agriculture. They have it in aviation, healthcare, a bunch of other places, and it's essentially supporting applications from a bunch of other autonomous driving companies or even medical diagnostics. So they're like all over the place. This is used in a lot of different industries. I think that is also exciting. When it comes to their financial growth, this I think is 2 years since their Series A. And I think this brings their total funding to about $46 million. They haven't disclosed their specific valuation yet, but overall, I think this is a company that's growing rapidly. It's got some great use cases, some great customers, right? Come on, LG Electronics. And so I think this is a lot of potential for this company to grow in the future. I'm excited to follow along. If you enjoyed the episode today, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe over on YouTube and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day.